because it's another source of income, as it is another source of income for four of my other mods. They get paid. So
Okay.
if they're doing something, wouldn't it be a job?
Well, that's great. I'm just
Okay,
saying
I'm
the
just
way
making sure we
that
clear that up. That was all.
I'm just saying the way that it came out, it sounded ridiculous. It sounded funny.
And you're entitled to your opinion. I'm just not seeing how it was ridiculous if
It
she's
just,
actually getting paid for
if
it.
that's how she feels and all that kind of stuff, that's fine. I'm not looking at it, and I think y'all are taking my words kind of like weird, but I'm just saying it as a sarcastic person. When I read it and when I heard it, I laughed, and I see where the other person was coming from. But if you were doing this for a job, like, kudos to you. Don't stop your bag, all that kind of stuff. But if I'm not saying that your job is ridiculous, I'm just saying what was said sounded ridiculous. That's it.
You know what's ridiculous, Leola?
What?
Being up at 11 o'clock at night folding laundry.
You know what is ridiculous?
Because that's what I'm doing.
I can't remember the last time I folded laundry.
I'm just wondering, is it ridiculous when you pay to be a mod when it's free? Is it ridiculous to pay to be a mod
It could be.
to do work? Wouldn't it be ridiculous? Because why would you mod and pay to be a mod? Wouldn't that be ridiculous?
It could
So it's to
be.
each his own, right? And what they choose to do. Either they
That
want
is
to pay to be a
fine.
mod, either they pay to be a mod, or they like to be paid for
That's
modding.
fine. If you're being paid or paying to be a mod and not paying to be a mod, that is fine. It was just the way it sounded funny. That's it. Also, I ask you guys to be a mod all the time, and what do y'all tell me?
You asked who to be a mod? You asked to be a mod in my space? Is that what you said?
No, you or me.
Exactly. Tea time. I said, tea time, mod me. What do you say? Hell no. Exactly. I'm in Dimes Live.
Well, you haven't ever asked to be a mod, but then Leola, you show us what you do, Leola.
Exactly. Y'all know exactly.
In my spaces that I don't want a mod, that's going to take something personal. Because
No, but
my
I'm
spaces
saying-
are free speech. This is you come in here and say whatever you want all the time. And I'd be like, Leola, God damn it, Leola, you being messy right now.
Exactly.
But it's a
And
free
y'all know-
space. I don't expect my moms to say, oh, I'm just because they don't like Leola. Oh, Leola can't go up there. Oh, Leola's got to get out of here. Oh, I blocked it. No, my space is free to say whatever you want to say.
But I've always said, like, if I was a mod,
Thank you for the gift. I appreciate
I'll
you.
know if a man came up here talking, I'd be like, oh, whoops, accident. So that's why y'all know never to ever mod me. But some people take their job serious. Other people, like me, should not have such, power. Paid or not.
I will always take the protection of your platform serious, and I will always believe in your platform because that's just who I
I
am.
appreciate it. But I appreciate all my mods because they show me that they all care about my space, especially my main five, because they're here every day. They don't miss a day. They do the exact same thing every day. So why not give them a piece of the pie that I'm receiving as well, because they're here and they're working and they don't have to. They don't have to be in this space. They don't have to be writing on the screen every 5 to 10 minutes. They don't have to greet. They don't have to do none of that. So why not me give them something too?
And that's nice. That's really kind. Tea time. Let me be a mod for you.
Hell no.
Okay, well, F you too then. I don't care.
Love you too.
I love you too. All right, I'm going to drop down because someone said I'm too opinionated.
Hey, ladies. Hey, Leola.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
What's up, Manny?
Empress. Hey.
Damn, Annie, I was going to talk about you tomorrow.
Not you
Hi,
gonna talk about.
Yes, no, I definitely did listen a great bit.
I told you. I told you, Tea Time. I told you. I know my space.
So y'all don't have to go backwards. But
Still talking about it
what I
tomorrow.
did want to say is I've already made some changes. We definitely have to see that, go into work to play itself out. Y'all have any questions per se?
You getting paid? Okay, me.
Well, I don't get paid. As y'all know, every character, y'all are familiar with some of the characters, and I would assume that my platform does allow people to speak more freely than other places. So I do understand that.
Can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the freedom of speech. Because my space, you can speak freely, right? However, I do think that if you're going to use that, like me and you could be going back and forth. And maybe I don't like what you say. If I'm in my, I'm not going to use that time to mute you in space, because this is between me and you, and we are just regular panelists at this point.
Hey, Chatty.
So me using my privileges, it takes away what you represent, which is freedom of speech. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I'm your mod and your place opens up a place for freedom of speech, yeah, and I know that, but for me to be able to use my power to take away another person's freedom of speech is going against everything that you are trying to build.
Totally true. And so, being that I've assessed the situation, I've always made everybody crystal clear that from the beginning I have been watching. And so now going forward, I think I do have the correct people with the correct powers. Me and Sweet and Swift, shout out to her. We sat down and she kind of gave me a nice little layout and things, and myself expressed to her some things that she can, formulate and kind of write up in best practice. And together, we were able to come up with something that I think going forward, the app will allow, as well as I think the audience will be able to digest. Um, Asia Baby is a part of that main control system. Um, and so if I had to line it up as far as like my main control system, my main production, it would be Sweet and Swift first, and then Asia Baby would come second.
Okay, all right, okay, okay.
So, Minnie, I have a question. Is Queen Jules and Drop Queen part of the show? Like, are they like part of the show? Because I noticed that they tend to come up and create a little ruckus every day. So, are they part of your show, or are they just guests like everyone else that joins the panel?
So, Empress, great question. I don't want to take away from any of my guests, nor the people who may consider themselves frequent.
Hmm.
Uh, so, in that regards, you would have to understand that each day, yes, it can be new guests, but also we are familiar with those frequent flyers, just like if it was a local bar.
Hmm. Okay. So, do you feel like between Drop Queen and Queen's Jewels, do you feel we would kind of want to know is are they still going to be mods for you, or are they just going to continue to be part of the show?
Yes, so Drop Queen and Queen Jules are honorary. However, they don't have full powers. They just have the badge.
Okay. So, in a sense, they just have the mute power.
No, they don't even have that.
Okay. Well, damn.
Yeah, you have to get into
Oh, you do what I do to
your
Rizzy.
sliders. You have
You
to get
do
into your sliders.
That's what I did to Rizzy. I made her mod, but she didn't have no. She couldn't do nothing. She could pin comments.
Yeah, because I was going to say they have to be able to do something. So you're just basically saying is they can't do no mute, no blocking, no nothing. They just kind of there, and they just have a badge that they're the mod. Okay. So I
Can
have
I
a
jump? Can I jump in here right there?
Was there was there a reason, Manny, that you decided to take all the powers away?
No particular reason. It's just that going forward it's easier to just kind of have select duties. And so being that when you have select duties, you can kind of identify who is doing what, you can pinpoint what is actually happening. And so it makes it much easier than just having let's say 10
Thank
people
you.
all being able to do the same thing.
Okay.
It makes it much easier to kind of dial that back to, I would say, 3 people.
Okay. So is Poozy still going to be one of your mods, or does she just have the badge as well?
Susie is another one that just has the badge as well. I think she has just one more extra power. I think, and that's reviewing the comments, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So you've already kind of made some changes to the platform when it comes to your mod and making sure that your page this time is, secured appropriately.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So your mods are not going to kind of be controlling the panel like they used to.
So there is, again, like I stated earlier, there is a select few that are able to control it all, and I have always trusted their judgment, and so yeah, we'll go forth in that fashion.
The panel, Octavia.
Hey, Empress, hey, T, hey, Minnie.
As well.
So I am a mod and a comic cousin. So I have two different perspectives.
Thank you,
If
Jenny.
you're going to strip everything, then I feel like they just shouldn't be a mod. Essentially, to me, when I do mod, I don't mod for a lot of people, but when I do mod, I'm there with genuine support to make sure that their platform goes without a hitch. Don't get clipped, no restrictions. I know how far essentially I study how to host, so I know what to do when and contribute in that way. But on the other side, I do see what Manny's saying. If you do have 30 minds and you say mute, and then 5 minds try to mute, and then one click mute two, and then it'd be like, it invite the panelists to turn their mic back on and be like, well, who did that? Because I said mute them. So I do get that sense too. I don't have nothing to say about paying to be a mod. I will never pay to be a mod. It's not that deep for me. I don't need that type of sense of power. I got 3 kids to boss around. Yeah, so I don't know, but mods do make a break, in my opinion, a host platform. There are certain rooms I won't visit because I know I don't feel a sense of security. I don't feel like I can come up and express myself without being targeted because I'm neutral or chill. So mods can make or break your space too. That's just my input on that. Thank you, Empress. I'm gonna drop back down.
I appreciate you, Octavia. Thank you so much for that point. I don't know. I run my space accordingly. I was a mod for a long time, so now I have my own space. So I guess I have a lot of respect for mods because I once was one. So it just all depends. But I like the fact the way everything is running. And Manny, I wish you nothing but the best of luck, because I call you 227.
I do want to say this. So these new rules definitely were implemented before the live I had this morning. Yes, there was a little ruckus buckus, but this new regime was already in full effect. My motto is the show must go on. Yes, y'all did see and hear a lot today, but please do know the new setup was full effect. Yes, people might have gotten there late, yada, yada, yada. It is what it is.
Did Asia know that it was already in fact?
So some people did get there late, tea time. That is the consensus. Some people did get there late. And that's okay.
So, okay, I'll be quiet. Okay.
So Manny, with the new changes, are you going to continue to implement this with the new changes, or do you possibly see yourself later in the future to changing or removing a few more mods? Are you going to be watching the mods that you have to see if they fit this position, or are you going to kind of be moving in and out?
So going forward, we do have Sweet and Swift who has a great eye. So I'm sure she will be able to fulfill her duties at spotting just where we need to troubleshoot. And
Mm-hmm.
then with Asia Baby as well, using her intellect, I'm sure we will also be able to, have that second person to run it by, or let's say the first person, and then Sweet will be the second person. I do think with those two, we will be able to manage the future. Along with Sinister. Let me not forget Sinister as well. With Sinister as well.
So is
Um,
Sinister the mod for you? Is she
well,
modding
no,
now?
Sinister is not a mod, but she is an agent that I believe in. And so at some point, We are going to have to designate a page. And so, yes,
Okay, so she's gonna be kind of being an agent for the new page.
yes. So at some point,
Okay.
we are going to have to implement a page. Yes,
Okay. Okay. So we can look forward to the future of new changes coming with the newsroom.
yes, yes. Yeah, we definitely trying to really set ourselves up to win on TikTok. So again, we have to apply ourselves and show ourselves as such.
Okay, so that sounds like a plan. Because I wouldn't want to see the newsroom change. You might want to, because it's your platform. But if I looked at it, it probably would just get the mods under control. But I think the platform is great. I enjoy the news, and sometimes I get mad when you say stuff. I'm like, God damn it, 227, But other than that, I enjoy watching your show. I enjoy recapping you, and I look to see the new changes in the future.
You, Empress. And I must say, a part of our new changes, if y'all check out the newsroom briefs, we're kind of staying away from the gore of it all. Shout out to the newsroom briefs. That was their idea to kind of have the newsroom shown in a different light. So the recaps that y'all do see on the newsroom briefs are not going to be your typical messy drama, yada, 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 that you cannot digest. So that's a part of the new changes as well.
So you are not wanting to, in a sense, you're saying is you're not going to go to where it's just a hot mess where there's just a whole lot of cussing in it. You're just going to, because you got to keep in mind you are the newsroom, so you are breaking the news that may have happened in the middle of the night, that may have happened throughout the day. So are you saying you're just going to minimize the clips? You're going to listen to the clips and, because you know you can't clip out certain things if you don't want so much of the cussing. So are that what you're saying, that you want to just minimize how much of the profanity is being said as well as on the platform when the guests come up?
So, Empress, my goal is to truly be able to produce the news and
Mhm.
fall within community guidelines. That's my ultimate goal.
Okay.
I
That's a good
feel like
goal.
I have not, fully reached my potential until I'm able to deliver the news as well as stay within community guidelines. Once I'm able to blend those